So I've had a lot of flavors. I haven't had Moon Mist, but they all taste like delicious soda. You know, like it's.
That's because you're an occult knife. Like honestly, you're like the Margaritaville people. That's you right. That's kind of like the same thing, right? I mean,
are you saying that juggalos are akin to parrot heads?
You're just decades away from each other.
Ooh, I don't know about y'all, but I need a drink. Welcome to Drinking with Dory. It me, Dory. Oh, what am I drinking on? It's a little concoction called Strange Brew 7. Siete. Nana. It is a crazy combination of coffee beans from Colombia and IPA from New England. And I smashed it together and it created this delicious, paler than you would think having coffee beans in it, a brew. I'm drinking beer straight and not with a straw. So if my lipstick gets messed up, do not come for me. Do not show up unless I send for you. Who am I sending for now? My guest for tonight. Oh, let's bring him in. She is a comedian, a writer, and the only friend I've been able to physically hug in a calendar year. It's Maggie Maxwell. Come on in.
Thank you. I would prefer to just pop up from beside you in that room and then give you a squeeze, but yeah.
So, a drag queen, a podcast host, and the Silver Lake icon. It's Tony Soto. It's me. Oh my God, it's you. Hi, honey. Last but certainly not least, a DJ, producer, and the inspiration and creator of Strange Brew, Siete. It's DJ Knife.
Oh, hey guys, what's going on?
Baby boy, while I am drinking your brew, you are not drinking it because you are one of my delicious sober friends. So I must ask, what are you drinking on?
I am drinking several different teas tonight. I've got ginger just for the tummy, okay? Then we're gonna move on to the echinacea immune support. And I think we're gonna land on the stress relief, you know, and then I'm gonna have to pee before all this is over.
Magalon, what are you drinking on?
All right, I am drinking on a G and it's a G and S, not a T, because I don't really deserve fancy drinks. So this is gin and seltzer. I went to the liquor store last month. I asked for gin. The guy said, what are you going to make with it? I said, like gin and seltzers. And he said, this is our least expensive gin. And I said, that sounds great.
This is the worst salesman I've ever heard of. Tony, what are you drinking on?
I'm not sober, but I'm not a drinker. I prefer my chemicals. So today I'm having salted watermelon juice, which with a squeeze of lime. It's delicious. Oh, and I'm smoking a hybrid sunset sherbet joint.
This is our first official can of cocktail on this show. So like a very light golf clap.
Cheers.
As long as you're not drinking just plain water, like anything goes, truly.
Well, why not water? Why can't you drink water?
Yeah, why do you hate health?
Why do you hate water?
Listen, I had a heat stroke, okay? I should have been drinking more water in my life, but water is too damn boring. And if it means putting my health at risk, then so be it. So beer it?
So beer it. So
Knife, if you needed a tagline for Strange Brew.
So beer it.
So Magala, I am a canned redhead, although I am naturally a strawberry blonde, like who's keeping score. I know that some men really are into redheads and some men are like, dear God, no, keep me as far away as possible. What has been your experience as a single redheaded lady in bars?
This is not a bar story, but I used to work for a nonprofit that worked with the NFL. And we had an event and Joe Namath was there. And one of my coworkers told me right before I met Joe Namath that, you know, he doesn't like redheads. And I was like, right, do I just like go directly to my HR person? Right. And then I had to be like, hello, Mr. Namath. I'm not your sexual type. What a bummer. You're very old.
Do you ever find, though, that sometimes you're fetishized by the really creepy ones who are super into you? Have you ever had anyone who's super into you?
Let me tell you, nothing gets me going more than being creepily fetishized in that way.
You're basically like a giant foot if someone was into a foot fetish, you know?
I relate to that.
Senior knife. You are someone who got to experience me when I was first drinking legally. I was pretty well behaved in terms of someone who's really getting it on. But I know that there are plenty of people that don't know how to act, especially around DJs. What is the most hilarious request that a drunky person has made to you while you were DJing?
I don't think any of them were hilarious. I just think that there's
what's the most offensive one?
Play something that me and my friends could dance to or we're leaving. It's always a threat. And I've had people just go like this to me before, I hate you. I hate you. After they tell you how much they hate you, it's usually like Shakira.
Speaking of rude, shady shit though, Tony, you shady ass bitch. I came out to LA the summer of 2018 and was a contestant on Learn the Words bit. It was truly one of the best times in my whole dumb life. And it's such a fantastic party, and you do it on Zoom now.
When you did it, did the judges like you?
Yeah, Drew Drogi said I was great, but I didn't make it to the finale.
You threw your shoe right at me, so there's a lot of violence coming in.
Have you ever witnessed any sort of like shady Tanya Harding for people who were trying to like come out on top?
You know, Learn the Words, bitch, is, first of all, it's a lip syncing competition that anybody and everybody can take part in, because why should drag queens have all the fun? But because of that, like, I do have drag queens who will compete and perform, but they could very well lose to some schlub in jeans and a t-shirt. I've had moments where drag queens get super irritated because they didn't win and who they lost to. And, you know, you just have to remind them that it's not a drag competition.
Magala.
Yes.
I was on your show, Would You Rather, with you and your co-host, Andre. Now it is time for me to turn the tables.
Oh.
And now I get to ask you a would you rather question on the spot. Would you rather drink 2 liters of piss or 2 liters of sweat?
Is it my own piss and sweat?
Great question. Let's go with yes.
Well, I think in either case, they're really, really watery. I know that we have talked about being anti-water, but I am overhydrated.
So your piss is clear as day.
I think my piss is as good as Brita water. I would feel confident drinking my own piss, serving it to others if they needed it.
Serving it to others.
Serving it to, if they're in need.
If they needed it.
If y'all, you know, were really down and out and you're just like, I really just need to be hydrated, would you drink Maggie's piss knowing that it's clear?
Oh, we're drinking Maggie's piss now? We don't have the option of our own piss?
It's just Maggie. Because y'all, your piss is not nearly as hydrated.
She's got a trusting face, so I kind of believe she drinks enough water.
Thanks, Tony.
So I guess I'd drink her pee. Yeah.
Knife?
Over the sweat is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, over the sweat.
But why are we like this? Why are we saying that?
I feel like there's no way to filter sweat.
It's salty too. It's going to be salty.
It's hella salty.
It's going to make you more dehydrated drinking the sweat than the piss.
I'm realizing like I had a dream I didn't know I had, and it could be like realized in this moment.
Bottle it, you know, let it age in a cellar somewhere and just call it piss wine.
Why is it aging? Why is it aging?
Just put it in a It always makes it taste better. My dear friend, Knife, one of my favorite things about you that makes me love you the most is that you went on the Juggalo ballast on the beach.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I've kind of given my whole life to being a juggalo at this point, right?
Yeah, you're a juggalo.
Well, I mean, that's not
yeah,
true.
wait, for those in the room who don't know what a juggalo is
that the clown people?
Yes, it is.
ICP Insane Clown Posse.
Let me break it down like this.
Okay.
I watched the infomercial for 10 years and just laughed at it. And I was like, that's hilarious. I would always like to go to that. But I finally had some friends that were performing at the gathering of Juggalos. So I decided to go, and it changed my life. They burned all the porta potties. They burned like all the picnic tables. We saw Gilbert Gottfried do an hour of comedy at 1 a.m. in a barn. TNC Music Factory perform, but it was like one dude and a DJ.
It's only one C.
And I saw a guy staple his nuts to a girl's on stage. After that, I was like, I gotta go to another one of these. So I just bought a ticket and I went to Detroit by myself. And that's when I started doing the face painting and all that.
The photo evidence I have of you being on the Juggalo cruise that happened in New York, you were dressed as a Juggalo sailor.
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
That was the fourth one I did.
Fago. Maggie and Tony, are you familiar with Fago?
I have
Like the soda?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Midwestern soda.
Yeah. Poor people drink. Yeah.
This is informative for you because Fago is the choice of drink for Juggalos. It is very strongly associated.
I do not doubt that.
For Maggie and Tony, I want to know what you think Moon Mist Fago tastes like.
My piss.
So, what are we cheersing to / plugging? Let's start with Miss Maggie Maxwell.
I am cheersing to all the new parents I know in this time.
Oh my God, go away.
I just feel like I know a lot of people who have had babies lately, and no one can see these babies, and I keep just, yeah, Dory, I know all these babies that are cool.
Why are you bragging about knowing all these babies?
I feel for all these people who are like trying to navigate parenthood in this wacky time. So I am cheersing to them. And I'm going to plug my Irish attitude that needs no adjustment.
Tony, what are we cheersing to / plugging?
I'm going to cheers to all the non-breeder folks out there who did not have babies during a pandemic, because
I also, yes.
Regardless of how many people have died from over the last year, not enough. So we don't need any more humans. And resisting buying candy pets. And I host the Tony Soto Show and the Gay Power Half Hour. Those are 2 weekly podcasts you can find anywhere podcasts are streamed.
Maggie, don't feel like we're coming for you, but also you chose to plug parents. DJ Knife, my dear friend.
I'm going to cop out and cheers to the three of you. And it was very enjoyable meeting you. I am plugging Strange Brew 7 from Bentwater Brewing Company, which comes in this convenient, the mix comes in this convenient mini disc. So you could put this mini disc in your 2001 mini disc player that you all have.
Tony, you have one, I'm sure.
Right?
I don't even know what that is.
I want to cheers to all y'all. First of all, for having seen me at my drunkest and still continuing to be my friend. And also to bars, for which none of us would have anything to do or have any careers. So cheers to bars. If your local bar is struggling, definitely support them. Follow the Instagram at Drankin with Dory, and like and subscribe to YouTube, please. I need those views. Otherwise, it won't make any money, and then my boyfriend will continue to hound me to make money, and then we'll start like an OnlyFans.
We're already subscribed.
With my square titties. You want to see more of these square titties? Anyway, this has been Drankin with Dory, and I'm Dory.